Hi all, I hope you're having a lovely day and enjoying the cold weather here in Melbourne. There was ice on the windscreen today, ice all over the grass this morning, so I hope you're all keeping really warm. So this video has been meaning to come through for a while now, but yeah, now's the time. I always do things that last minute, which I absolutely love, and nothing's ever planned. So wouldn't you love that about life, where everything just comes to in divine? You're not like getting your ducks in a row and making sure that everything's, perfect, and it's just a flowing kind of, environment, and it kind of stops you from overthinking. It stops you from, it also stops anxiety because you're not constantly thinking about what's coming. So if you're an anxious person, maybe it's time to work on why you're so anxious, why you constantly need to be in control, and why do you always need to know what's coming? Because that's probably one of the main reasons why you have anxiety. Plus, you're probably living in fear of that as well, which means that you're struggling to make really, really crystal clear decisions, and everything's always swapping and chopping, and and everything's indecisive, and it can be a big mess sometimes. So yeah, I'd strongly recommend you go in and take a look at that, because you can live a life of, free-flowing creation, abundance, a whole bunch of stuff, and when life shows up for you, you're ready, and and everything's just going to align, and you trust where everything is going. And when you don't worry about what is not happening right now, you can have that, that inner knowing that it's all working out divinely for you. So this message is about, well, I constantly get people more in the younger ages, in their 20s, they just want to be rich. They have these conversations with me, and they're like, I just want to be, I just want to be rich. I don't want to work. I don't want to do anything. I just want to be rich. Okay, that's great. Awesome. So what do you want to do? A lot of them are talking about this OnlyFans page, which is great. If you want to do that, go for it. Like, everyone's like, oh, but you have to pay and blah, blah, blah. It's like, yes, so half of the people are selling either themselves or something of them anyway for free. Why not go and make some money? So half of the shit that I'm seeing on my social media, why not get paid for it? So, like, what are you worried about? And a lot of people are saying, oh, but then people know it's me, and, it's embarrassing, blah, blah, blah. So who are you worrying about? What are you worrying about? So it doesn't, 333, we're being guided. So this isn't only about the fans only page that all these chicks want to join and take photos of their feet and of their ass and their tits and whatever else they've got on there. I don't know. I'd love to take a look at this, but I'm not going to pay money to watch people or to look at people. But good on you if you do, and good on you if you're doing that. Like, hey, anything's great for a residual income. I say whatever, just maybe not prostitution. And porn. But I don't see it as anything pornographic. I think there's a lot more out there being shared for free. So if you're judging that, look at why you're judging why people are doing what they're doing. Like I said, probably not, prostitution or porn or stripping or whatever, but you know what, a lot of people get themselves through uni, and a lot of them are like law students and accountants and all that, so they're paying off their HECS debt. But anyway, I'm digressing. My funny guides are coming through today, so this is awesome. So this is not only about the OnlyFans page, this is also about what people actually want to really do in their life, but they constantly stop themselves from doing it. One, because they're afraid of what people will think of them. 2 is because they're afraid of failure. 3, because they think they never have enough money. 4, because they don't think they have it right yet. So all the ducks aren't in a row yet. 5, their self-worth and is that low that they don't believe that they can actually achieve and do what they want. And the list goes on and on. But this also comes from the programming of, and conditioning from our upbringing, because, who are we to be something more than go and work a 9 to 5? Think about it. Who are you more than just to go and work a 9 to 5? And if you create something and start something, everyone's like, oh, you didn't finish it. Yeah, so what's it to you? I'd love to see what's happening in their world, what they're not doing and what they'd aspire to do, but they're actually blocking themselves from doing it. Now, I can say this because I literally have started 2 businesses from zero. One business I started back in 2013 that I had 0 clients. I fit out a salon. I fitted out half of a salon that I was offered. I was able to negotiate not to pay rent. So guys, if you think that you can't do it, you can. You're just limiting your mind and your self-belief. So I'm giving you some background on what I've done to achieve what I'm achieving. So like I said, I then, negotiated to not pay rent to the salon owner because I had 0 clients. I took a chance on myself to go and buy product to fit out this space, and I had not one client. So you know what I did? I built a clientele by networking, by washing the hairdresser's clients' hair and making coffee. I put myself out there for people to know who I was. I did put a little bit of money out there because most of the time, you have to spend a bit of money to make money. So if you're sitting there going, oh, I don't want to spend any money, well, you know what? You're not going to make any money because you're not opening yourself up. You're not opening up. So that's number 1. So I had 0 clients. Eventually, I bought that business home and I still service clients from that business. So I'm really, really grateful for these people who still come and visit me today because they trust in me and my service and know that I'm always going to give them the same service that they got from the first day that they came and got their spray tan or their wax or, whatever it is, their makeup or whatever. But I did it. I took a chance on myself. And I bet there was a lot of people out there talking and going, oh my God, she's so going to fail. Good on them. But have they tried to achieve what they really want in life? This is what you've got to ask yourself. As long as you are strong and solid with the direction you're going in, and sometimes we need that bit of guidance. And it's okay to invest in yourself for that guidance so we can start taking out all that disbelief that we have within ourselves. Then I also, have a side hustle where I have an online business, and that's another one that I just, kindly network with people about, about products that are sold in this online business. It runs itself in the back. Am I worried? No, because I told people about it once and they're still buying. But people don't take chances like that because they're still too worried about what people are thinking about them, whether or not they're going to succeed, and they don't trust in themselves, so they don't believe in themselves. And then I love creating. I'm a creator. I'm in my prime space when I'm creating stuff, when I'm creating things. I'm at my best when I just love starting stuff and I'm finishing it. People think, it was funny because someone very close to me the other day is like, oh my God, you do this and you do that and you do this and you do that. Let me tell you, smart people have multiple income streams. Very smart people have multiple income streams. So I'm going to give you that piece of advice. So if you are working a 9 to 5 and you want to do something on the side, go for it. because that could eventually make you more money and save you more time than working the 9 to 5. And if you already currently have a business and you're looking at doing something else and investing in something else, go for the opportunity. Because what's the worst thing that could happen? What's the best thing? Let's get rid of that one. Scrap that. Undo. What's the best thing that could happen if you took that opportunity? So smart people have multiple income streams. So then again, I've started now an intuitive guidance business. And I started with 0 clients. And it's doing quite well because I took the chance on myself. I invested in me to clear out my shit, to bring my gifts online. And I still invest in myself all the time. It never stops. So I can then be of greater service to you guys and to my clients. And then, because I'm a creator, I'm also in the background creating a, like I've mentioned before, a money program to help people undo that programming and conditioning that we've constantly been told that we never have enough. So I'm working in the background with an amazing guy called Rob, and we're building this program together. And you know what? Life's pretty fucking great. Now, I'm not saying this with ego. I'm not saying this to say because I'm great. But I'm going back to all these people that want so much more, but they're not willing to take the opportunities because they're constantly afraid of what's going to happen to them or what's going to be said about them. Or, God, there's, like I said, I listed it earlier. If you just go back and listen to it again. Isn't it time to release that? Because you'll never get to the place where you want to be. Because everybody wants to be an entrepreneur these days. Who wants to be working for people? And if you are working for somebody, there could be loopholes where they could actually be working for you one day. Because you could have the best idea for that business. But you're blocking yourself from getting there, from holding on the limitations and the lack that's actually sitting deep within you. And most of the time, it's sitting in our solar plexus. That lack of belief that you are worth everything. So I had this brilliant conversation with a beautiful girl and friend of mine, and she was like, yep, I want to do this OnlyFans, whatever it's called. I'm like, cool, go do it. Amazing. Yeah, I want to make all this money. All these people are making all this money with it. These girls, blah, 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 the income that she's making, whatever. I'm like, great. But what's your goal? What's your end desire? What's your end desire when you have all this money? Because I did take it into a path of a bit dark. I said, you're young. She's in her early 20s. You're young. You're still in that phase of pleasing. You're still in that phase of the fancy glittery things. And what happens sometimes when you have fancy glittery things, you can make really poor, interesting decisions where it could be of a lower frequency and a lower dimension, where people actually start clinging onto you, not in a positive way. And your mindset, if you don't have a really crystal clear mindset of why you're creating, why you want to create wealth, you're going to go in the wrong direction. You're going to be taken advantage of. You're going to have all this money and you'll probably lose it before you've ever made it. I know this because I used to be very, didn't have a good relationship with money. I'd be gone before I even had it. And I'm being totally honest and transparent with you. Didn't have the best relationship because of all the programming and conditioning, and I had a fuck you attitude. I didn't care. I didn't want to be like society, and I still don't want to be like society. I don't. But I do want to be what I call, and I love this quote also, the pockets for God. So I will create that wealth So then that way I can create more. So when you change your mindset and have a clear focus as to why you're creating, why you want to create all this wealth, yeah, you can have all the bags and the shoes and the holidays and the cars and the houses. You can have it all. I'm not saying not have that, because I aspire to beautiful things as well. But what are you doing after that? What are you going to do with it all? Because you'll lose it before you have it. Because you won't have that beautiful, energetic relationship with it. So you've got to have a good, energetic relationship with money to create wealth. Good wealth. Positive wealth. Because I know a lot of people who are very wealthy, and the words they use about money, that's the conditioning and the programming that I really don't like. Save money for a rainy day. Put your money away just because. Like, don't enjoy it. Don't have holidays. Don't do this. Don't do that. They hoard. It's just this icky, sticky feeling. Oh, it's so old. It makes me like cringe. So third dimensional. I don't know a lot of people who think like this. And it kind of makes me ill. Because there's no fun. Because money's fun. Creations are fun. So when you're creating great things, you're creating abundance. And abundance doesn't mean receiving. Well, I was taught a while ago that abundance is all about receiving. No, abundance is all about giving. Because when you give on a really high energetic level, regardless of what you're doing, in a positive nature, it'll always come back in a higher vibration, aligned with exactly the same purpose as what you aimed for, and you're on your way. So go, create what you want to create. Know your values. Know your self-worth. Know your reasons why you're creating what you're creating. Why do you want to make all this money? Why? Because you can have it all. It's just more fun when you know what you're doing with it, and when you know what's not what's coming, but what you want to do in an unanxious type of way. It's really fun. But if you just got one mindset and that's where it's going and that's what you're doing, and you're like this, it's like, I'm going to say it's not fun, and there's no abundance in that, because you can't see anything else, and you're not looking for greater opportunity, and you're not going to listen to the guides that really need to direct you and guide you in the right direction in a positive way. So my message to you all is, when you release all of the blocks, programming and conditioning that has been stowed upon you for decades and decades, centuries and generations, when you get rid of that, life is so much more clear. There's a I don't give a fuck attitude, because you know where you're going. You know what you're doing. And when you do have those sticky moments of growth, and we are ascending right now, and every time we're ascending, every time our bodies go through that icky moment, those who are following this ascension process, you're just going to raise into the next frequency. Your body's getting upgraded, which means that everything else gets upgraded, which everything is going to align with where you need it to be. But just wanting to do something to create wealth, and you don't know what you're doing with it, what for? What for? It's fun to have things and do things, and, talk about how exciting it was to get there. Talk about why it was that process. I love hearing people's creations. I love hearing how people got to where they needed to be. I love hearing how people purchased something and how fun it was for them. But if it's just like, yeah, I bought it, So that's not fun. Anybody can buy stuff. But the journey is the fun part. The excitement of having what you have is the fun part. But if you're just doing it because that's what you're doing, that's not fun. There's no fun in that. So if you're looking at creating anything or wanting to have more, my suggestion to you is start clearing your shit out. Because until you release all those blocks, you'll always sit in the doubt and the lack and the anxiety and the wanting and the longing and the never having and the limitations and everything else. So maybe it's time you unpack that shit. And a lot of the time people just don't feel like they have that free-flowing abundance because they don't know where their money's actually going. And that's another thing that I've opened up in my sessions as well, is helping people navigate through their expenses. And that's going to be something that's going to be incorporated in the program that I'm creating with Rob. So that's yet to come. But right now I'm working through money blocks as well because I've been there. I know how it feels. And I've created a system that actually works. And why not work with something that works? No judgment out there. I don't judge anyone. What for? I've done the most weirdest, craziest things in my lifetime. And I'm 42 and say I've led a very colourful life. And I'm here to talk about it. So I'm here to guide people through their interesting times ahead. So I'll talk to you soon. Yeah, had a bit of fun with this one because it's needed to come through for a while. So look forward to hearing from you. Look forward to connecting with you. Yet again, the workshop this Saturday, and the money is a topic as well. So this Saturday, 23rd, Oz Crystals. Few seats available. Look forward to connecting with you then. Sending you lots of love and light. Talk to you soon. Bye.